lost within the trees, cool air guiding me as graceful branches are dancing with their shadows. Moving steadily like the wind, I wander, one small boundless drop searching for the water. While the sun begins to climb beneath the ground, I've lost more than I've found. While the sun begins to climb beneath the ground, I've lost more than I've found. Moonlit memories wrapped in leaves and sorrow. Rest your weary heart, try again tomorrow.
Thanks, y'all. Thanks for being here. Yeah, we're so glad to be here and sharing some music with you all. To be here at Mr. Tipples. That was a Brian Blade tune that Danielle wrote some lyrics for. Danielle Wirtz on the vocals. Owen Clapp on the bass. I'm Nathan Bickart. Yeah, we got a lot more music coming for you, and yeah, this next one is an old standard. This one's called My Foolish Heart. I think it's Victor Young is the original composer, but we're going to do an arrangement by a young trumpet flugelhorn player named Marquise Hill. And yeah, this is My Foolish Heart. Thanks for being here, and thanks, Mr. Tipples, for having us. And here goes.
The night is like a lovely tune. Beware, my foolish heart. How wide the ever constant moon. Take care, my foolish heart. There's a line between love and fascination that's hard to see on an evening such as this, but they both give the very same sensation when you're lost. His lips are much too close to mine. Beware my foolish heart. But should our eager lips combine, then let the fire start. For this time it isn't fascination or a dream that will fade and fall apart. It's love, this time it's love, my foolish heart. The night is like a lovely tune. Beware my foolish heart. How wide the ever constant moon. Take care, my foolish heart. There's a line between love and fascination that's hard to see on an evening such as this. But they both give the same sensation when you're lost in the magic of the kiss. His lips are much too close to mine. Beware my foolish heart. But should our eager lips combine, then let the fire start. For this time it isn't fascination or a dream that will fade and fall apart. It's love, this time it's love, my foolish heart. My foolish
Do you want to introduce this one or talk about it after?
Sure, I'll introduce this one.
All right.
It's funny. It's like this stage fright that I haven't had in like 4 years. I'm having now because I haven't played with a band in like 8 months. So I'm like, I guess I'll talk. This next arrangement that we're going to play is two pieces sort of fused together. The first one is I Have Dreamed. It's a tune from the musical The King and I. Ooh, if I'm not mistaken. Now I'm like, ooh, is it? And now it's on the internet forever. But I believe it is. And it's a Rodgers and Hammerstein tune. I do know that for a fact. And we're going to play that going into a Henry Mancini tune called Dreamsville. And the idea is, you'll hear in the first one, the lyrics are like, I've dreamed all these things about how wonderful you are. And then the last line is, I've dreamed it so much that by now I think I know what it's like. And then we enter the tune like I'm living in Dreamsville. So the whole thing is very dreamy. So feel free to close your eyes and imagine that you're dreaming as well.
Do one solo on this one? One solo? What do you think?
Yeah, maybe just over the two A's and I'll come back at the bridge.
Yeah, let's do it. That was a great intro. It's professional.
Yes.
As all heck. Okay.
I have dreamed that your arms are lovely. I have dreamed what a joy you'll be. I have dreamed every word you whisper when you're close to me. How you look in the glow of evening. I have dreamed and enjoyed the view. In these dreams I've loved you so that by now I think I know. I think I know what it's like. I think I know what it's like. I'm in Dreamsville, holding you, a dreamy view. Just wait too alone in love in Dreamsville. Time is new. We're here to love, and we do. We can see the rest of the world below us from our pink cloud. There's no boundary to this magic land as we go exploring hand in hand in dreamy Dreamsville. Far away, and here we love. Here from our pink cloud. There's no boundary to this magic land as we go exploring hand in hand in dreamy Dreamsville. Far away, and here we love, here we'll stay.
Thank you. Thanks so much for everyone who's watching and listening at home. Yeah, we're so grateful and honored to be here, and yeah, so grateful for Jay and Roger and Mr. Tipples for existing and putting on these shows. Woo! For continuing to give so many Bay Area musicians an outlet and opportunity to reach audiences and share our music and continue to grow in this really challenging and confusing and different time. And we definitely don't take it for granted. And definitely thanks to Mr. Tipples and the staff who make it what it is. They are open for cocktail delivery, I think, on Caviar. Is that right? On DoorDash. Yeah. So definitely, please, definitely support them. We are so grateful to be here and to be making some music. Give it up for Owen Clapp on the bass. That's Danielle Wirtz giving us the words, beautiful music. I'm Nathan Bickart. Definitely such a treat for us to be able to get together and just to see each other. But we had like a rehearsal together on Sunday to get through some of the material, and we realized it was the first rehearsal we'd had in about 8 months, and so it's definitely fun to get back to making music together. Obviously, we all love to do it, so really a treat for us. And thanks for all of you who are watching at home and helping make it possible. If you feel so inclined, we do have a virtual tip jar. I believe it's on your screen there on Venmo or PayPal. We'd be so grateful for your support. Definitely, your eyes mean a lot to us. If you're able to give a little something, we'd also obviously appreciate that. But we're just grateful you're here with us regardless. This next tune we're going to play is an original of mine, Talking a Lot, but just came out with an album that has this song on it. The album's called Nest, and this song is called I Insist. It's the first track on the album. It's available. The album's available in all the places you find music these days. So if you like what you're hearing, please check it out. And this is I Insist. It's about sort of insisting upon the worthiness of artistic pursuit, and especially in times when it feels under-supported or less viable, or like sometimes we get messages that it's usually implicit, not direct messages, but that it's not, pursuing, this is a career or whatever it may be, maybe isn't as, isn't a good idea or isn't as valuable. But this song, is about insisting upon the value of this work, and really that any and all work that we, care about and are passionate about is really valuable and important to the world. So this one's called I Insist. So many words. Got them all out though now, so. All right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Are we doing Stardust? Cool. Sweet. All right. We're going to do an old standard. This one's a Hoagie Carmichael tune called Stardust. Once again, thanks for being with us. And yeah, hope you stick around and enjoy music. Short little intro thing up front.
Yeah,
So
sure.
Yeah, that'd be super quick. But
And now the purple dusk of twilight time steals across the meadows of my heart. High up in the sky, the little stars climb, always reminding me that we're apart. You wander down the lane and far away, leaving me a song that will not die. Love is now the stardust of yesterday, the music of the years gone by. Sometimes I wonder why I spend the lonely night dreaming of a song. The melody haunts my reverie, and I am once again with you. When our love was new, and each kiss an inspiration. But that was long ago. Now my consolation is in the stardust of a song beside the garden wall where stars are bright. You are in my arms. The nightingale tells his fairy tale of paradise where roses grow. Though I dream in vain, in my heart it will remain, my stardust melody, the memory of love's refrain. beside a garden wall where stars are bright. You are in my arms. The nightingale tells his fairy tale of paradise where roses grew. Though I dream in vain, in my heart it will remain, my stardust melody, the memory of love's
I think we've got just one more for this set, but we'll be back with some more music after the cocktail break. Once again, you're listening to Owen Clapp on the bass, Danielle Wirtz on the vocals. I'm Nathan Bickart. Woo! Yay, everyone! Yeah, we're so grateful to be here and hear Mr. Tipples and all of you watching at home. Really means a lot to us. And once again, if you're able, we'd be so appreciative for your support in the virtual tip jar there on screen. But if not, that's okay too. And we're just glad you're here with us. We're going to do one more song. This one's also from the album I just put out. This one features Danielle on the album as well, and it's called Jasmine. Yeah, it's about sort of like natural things returning us to ourselves and yeah, taking solace in natural things. And in this case, yeah, a little bit of springtime jasmine. This was written way back in March when the jasmine's blooming, and yeah, it was definitely just the start of this pandemic we're all in. But anyway, hope everyone is out there doing well and healthy, and yeah, hopefully we'll see you in person again soon and after the break. But yeah, this is Jasmine, last song of this set. We'll be back in just a minute. Thank you.
Set aside my pride. Wish I never learned to doubt you. My sorrow. Here's what brings me to amongst the holy sacred wish for rain broke open. Here's what brings me to amongst the holy residue. I think you're here too. Join me in your blue.
We'll be right back.
Hi guys, welcome back to Mr. Tipples. My name is Roger, and I'm going to be doing a quick cocktail demonstration for you while the musicians take a break. So stick around, they're going to be coming back on for their second set very soon. But in the meantime, I'm going to show you how to make one of our signature cocktails that we offer for delivery. So if you are interested in getting one of these delivered right to your door, you can contact us through Caviar, Grubhub, or DoorDash. You can get us anytime from 4:30 to 8:30 p.m., Tuesday through Sunday, and we will deliver right to you. So check us out there, and let's get into it. So what we're making tonight is something called the Bitter Devil. So this is actually sort of a variant on a Boulevardier, which itself is a variant on a Negroni. So the classic Negroni is just gin, sweet vermouth, and Campari. And then the Boulevardier, the variation there is you use whiskey instead of gin. So it really changes the flavor profile, kind of lends a whole new element to the drink. This is going even a step further than that. So often you'll see that a lot of classic cocktails, before they used whiskey, actually used brandy. There's a lot of reasons for this, but not worth really getting into. But we kind of took that idea and we said, well, what if we reverse it? We take something that's traditionally done with whiskey and really isn't done with brandy, and we do it with brandy instead. Then we also had a few other things that we wanted to sort of include that we think really add an extra element to it. So we included this Diplomatico rum. Now this stuff is a spice rum. It's really, really delicious. Really strong, like vanilla flavors, a lot of depth and complexity to it. This is one of the few rums that I actually enjoy drinking just at room temperature. You can just drink this straight, neat. That's it. It's really cool. So we use a smaller proportion of this compared to the brandy. The brandy is definitely the kind of base spirit, and then the rest of these are sort of flavoring elements that add a lot to the drink. But we wanted to make sure that in the tradition of a Negroni or a Boulevardier, this is something that's very much a spirit-forward drink. Moving on, we use Montenegro for this. So instead of using vermouth, which would normally be sort of the traditional sweetening element to it, we're using an Amaro. So a lot of Amaro can be anywhere from very, very bitter to actually quite sweet. This one is definitely a little on the sweet side, has a little bit of bitterness to it, but that's kind of what you're looking for from a drink in the Negroni family anyway. So, totally reasonable to include an Amaro in there. And then the last thing that we're using, so again, normally you would use Campari. Sometimes you'll see them with Aperol, particularly for something like a Mezcal Negroni. But for this, we're using Select. So this is actually somewhere sort of in between Aperol and Campari. It's not quite as intense as Campari, but it's definitely got a little bit more flavor. It's a little bit more bitter, a little bit more body than what you're going to find with Aperol. So it's a nice middle ground. It also has just like a slight amount of sort of effervescence to it. It's almost like eucalyptus-y flavor to it. So I think that really kind of elevates the drink, adds a little bit of brightness that might be missing otherwise. So we'll get into the actual build for it. Now, again, in the tradition of Negronis and Boulevardiers, it's a very, very simple drink. Every ingredient is a spirit, which also means that this is a stirred drink. It is not shaken. And the measurements, they're not even measurements like you would see with Negroni, but they are pretty simple. So we're going to do a ½ ounce of our Select. Now, if you don't have Select at home, but you are interested in making a drink like this, you can absolutely use Campari or Aperol. If you had to choose one, I would suggest Aperol, probably a little more than Campari, but either one would work fine. But Select is also a very versatile spirit. You can use it in just about anything that you would use either of those two things in. And if you're looking to just get one bitter, then getting Select would be a good choice there. So we're going to do another ½ ounce, this time of our Montenegro. And then once again, ½ ounce, this time of our Diplomatico rum. It smells great too. And we're going to be doing our Argonaut brandy. Now this is a cool brandy because it's actually made out of California grapes, and these are specifically brandy grapes. It's not just kind of like waste grapes that they had left over from wine production. These are actually purpose grown for brandy. And this is also a somewhat higher proof brandy than probably you might be used to from some other products, which is really, really good for a drink like this that you want to be nice and spirit forward. So this one's actually 90 proof, or just a little over 90 proof. So not quite to the level of something like a bonded bourbon or Navy strength gin, but in that same realm. It's definitely good and hot, as we say. So we're going to add our ice. We're going to stir it for about 30 seconds. And you really want to stir it down so that, first of all, you do want to add kind of a lot of ice. You don't want it to just be some ice. You want to make sure that you're like fully immersing your ice in the liquid and having a little bit of ice kind of sticking out over it, because it is going to melt down. And you really want to feel it get nice and cold on the outside of your glass. This is also why I recommend getting kind of a thicker mixing glass, because it actually gives you kind of a better sense of when your drink is down to temp. If you get too thin of a glass, it will feel really cold, but it actually isn't as cold as you're going to want it once you start drinking. With a thicker glass, it has to be colder for longer in order for it to really kind of move through the glass. It's actually, glass is effectively like a rock. It's made out of sand. It's just basically melted and re-solidified sand, which means that it's a terrible conductor of heat. It takes a really long time to heat up. It takes a really long time to cool down. And then once it does, it tends to stay at that temp for a while. All right. We're good. Throw in our julep strainer. And then we're actually using a Glencairn for this, which is actually a whiskey tasting glass. But for a lot of cocktails, it's just the right size, the right dimensions, looks really nice. And it's stemmed glassware that allows you to kind of put in a drink like this. It's a little bit smaller. Still kind of fills it nicely. And then We're going to be garnishing with a nice, thick orange peel. Now, whenever you're peeling for garnish, you do want to be careful not to go dig too far into the fruit, because you don't want to kind of pull up too much of that pith, because that just adds a lot of bitterness that you're not really looking for. All right, and then we're going to take our garnish, take the shiny side down, face it toward the drink. And we're going to squeeze it and express all those oils right into the drink. Then you're just going to kind of rub it around the rim of the glass a little bit, so that as you're picking it up and drinking it, getting that oil on your lips, on your hands, really just kind of adding a lot of extra sort of orange aroma to the program here. All right, so there you have it. All right, the Bitter Devil. Cheers. Back to the show.
Didn't know what time it was. Then I met you. Oh, what a lovely time it was. How sublime it was too. I didn't know what day it was. You held my hand, warm like the month of May it was. And I'll say it was grand to be alive, to be young, to be mad, to be yours alone. Grand to see your face, feel your touch, hear your voice, say I'm all your own. I didn't know what year it was, life was no prize. I wanted love, and here it was, shining out of your eyes. I'm wise, and I know what time it is now. how sublime it was too. I didn't know what day it was you held my hand, warm like the month of May. And I will say it was grand to be alive, to be young, to be mad, to be yours alone. Grand to see your face, feel your touch, hear your voice, say I'm all your own. I didn't know what year it was, life was no prize. I wanted love, and here it was, shining out of your eyes. I'm wise, and I know what time it is now.
Thanks so much. Thanks for sticking around with us. Yeah, that was a old standard. That one's called "I Didn't Know What Time It Was." Did an arrangement of it that was first done by Cecile McLaurin Salvant, a great jazz vocalist. Yeah, as I mentioned, we're so glad to be here, just to get to be able to be together and play music together, but also be able to share it with you all listening at home. And to be here at Mr. Tipples is obviously a very place that's near and dear to our heart, and yeah, we miss being here. So glad to be able to come back and make some music. Let's see, you enjoy it? Yeah. Okay. Cool. This we're gonna do one more song that's from the, got a few more songs, but this is one last one we're gonna do from the album I just released. Yeah. If you're digging this music, please do check it out if you're able. The album's called Nests, just under my name, Nathan Bickart. And yeah, this is the last song on the album. This one's called Joy. And yeah, it was sort of written, inspired by a set of wind chimes at my mom's house. And yeah, I think, I'm not sure I can say much more about it than that. Just that, yeah, I think joy is kind of a really powerful thing, and especially in times that feel hard or are challenging. You know, being able to, yeah, not temper ourselves and really express that those feelings of joy, and really be overcome with those moments that kind of make us where we feel kind of fully ourselves and fully alive, and to not think that we're not allowed to have those, you know, even when things are challenging, or when we don't have everything we've hoped for, or at least not right at this moment. So certainly hope to encourage anyone's joy who might listen to this song. Yeah. All right, here's the music. So I'll do it one time through, and then you guys are in the second time. Whew. Love You Madly. Sorry.
Sure. You want to do something up front?
Love you madly, right or wrong, sounds like a lyric to a song. But since it's so, I thought you ought to know I love you madly. Better fish are in the sea is not a theory for me, but that's for sure. Just like I said before, I love you madly. If you could see the happy you and me I dream about so proudly, you know the breath of spring that makes me sing our love song so loud and proud. Good things come to those who wait. So let me see the day you say to me, I love you madly. Love you madly, right or wrong. Sounds like a lyric to a song, but since it's so, I thought you ought to know that I really, really love you. Better fish are in the sea is not a theory for me, but that's for sure. Just like I said before, I love you madly. If you could see the happy you and me I dream about so proudly, you'd know the breath of spring that makes me sing our love song. Good things come to those who wait. So relax and wait for fate to let me see the day I say I love you madly. Woo! love you madly. Better fish are in the sea is not a theory that works for me. That's for sure, just like I said before. I'd love you if you could see the happy you and me I dream about. You'd know the breath of spring that makes me sing our love song. Good things come to those who wait, so relax and wait for fate to let me see the day you said to me, I love you madly. I love you madly. I love you madly. Aww.
So good. It's getting chills on that intro.
This is going to be funny to say on live stream, so everyone get ready. But when you don't play with other musicians for 8 months, it's kind of easy to forget that jazz is fun. And then playing with people, it's like, oh, jazz is so fun. So yay. Thank you to everybody at Mr. Tipples for having us here. It's like the biggest gift of the whole quarantine. So feel really lucky.
Gift of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this is our last tune. Yeah, as Danielle said, thank you so much for Mr. Tipples, for all those watching at home. Yeah, please be sure to support your favorite Bay Area musicians, whoever they might be at this time, obviously. A lot of us, many of us have recorded music out. Definitely please, if you're able, buy music. I know it's not a very in vogue thing these days, but it really does help support us, and we really appreciate it. Definitely support Mr. Tipples if you're in the mood for a cocktail. Hit him up on DoorDash. Yeah, we've got a little virtual tip jar. If you like what you're hearing and want to support us, we'd be so grateful. The fun part is I get to see people's names too when you write in the tip jar. So I get to think about all the lovely people. I mean, you're all lovely regardless of whether you put something in the tip jar. but it's fun to be like, friends, community, people. It's not even a thing you get with a real tip jar, Sometimes it's just anonymous, friendly strangers. Anyway, this last one's a tune of Danielle's. I don't know if you want to introduce it in any particular way. It's okay if not.
Yeah, I guess I'll just say that I wrote it, almost 3.5 years ago at this point. And it's a shame how much of it is still relevant. I think, the essence of the tune is I wrote it when I think it was really 3 years ago when the first round of California wildfires really started to be called fire season in the Bay. And it just felt like what was happening politically and what was happening with police brutality was just made very clear by Mother Nature that things were on fire, and this was not a time to take lightly. So the message of this tune is it's okay to just weep about it when the world feels like it's falling apart, and unfortunately, here we are. Here we are. And the message is it's okay to cry.
Let's do it.
I'll give 2 bars of 6.
Cool.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
These words you've spoken wrap the earth in flames. We're shackled underneath the smoke as time turns turns back, we can't move. Now bullets fly toward those who have no say, and silence can't be broken. Silence won't be broken. So weep, because the world is weeping, and hold on tight, 'cause the world is turning in. So weep, 'cause the world is weeping, and hold on tight, 'cause the world is turning in. Though pain runs deep, it forces light to grow. A sea of strangers painted love to prove no wall could save you. These eyes I see hold songs I long to hear, and silence can be broken. Silence will be broken. But weep, because the world is weeping, and hold on tight, 'cause the world is turning in. So weep, 'cause the world is weeping, and hold on tight, 'cause the world is turning in. The world is turning in. So weep, because the world is weeping, and hold on tight, 'cause the world is turning in. So weep, 'cause the world is weeping, and hold on tight, 'cause the world is turning in. And hold on tight, 'cause the world is turning in. The world is turning in. The world is turning in. So weep, the world is turning in. The world is turning